Omenani embodies their customs and moral codes. Dibia, priestly order to ensure interpretation of divine will and organized rituals. Their ritualistic clan presides over their ritual and the spiritual powers, cleansing abominations and taboos, promoting ritual cleanliness and moral order in accord with the Mother Earth, the next in rank, the Jugu God. Igbo's foremost king, Ezenwu, was more of a spiritual leader, a priestly king concerned with peace and spirituality of his kingdom, and even with his neighbors. This ensured no major wars, no conquests, no annexation. This is why Igbo's history is a few pages in history books. So you can now see why whatever the Igbos go to, they are at peace with the people, with the environment. They are peace-loving people. Because it's been like that from cradle. You understand? It has been like that from the cradle. So the embodiment of peace and love has been with them. And that is why they struggle so hard to find something to give to the people, because it is in giving that you create love. So, just like I said, this is why the Igbo history is a full book, full pages in the history books. But they are not cowards and will defend justice and fair play with the last of their blood. Their escapades in colonial and slavery times still reverberates. Igbo landed in the US, Haiti, the Caribbean. Locally, their territory was the last to be entered by these colonial forces in Nigeria. The Aba Women Riot, the Biafra-Nigerian Civil War, and many others were acts of bravery that are still indelible in people's memory. Knowing who he is, Ebago, incarnation. Knowing who he is, Ebago, incarnation. After birth, the mother and her newborn are secluded for 7 Igbo weeks, 28 days. The end of this Omugo is capped by purification and feast. A purification to drive away evil forces. Evil forces attack from the mother and the child, even the house. Usually, before coming out from birth status, a consultation is made through a diviner to establish its incarnation and sacred prohibitions. This is informed by the saying, though of one mother from birth, the different chi. As he lands into the planet Earth, his Ago incarnation, authentic or inner self, or what could be likened to his horoscope, like in the East or Western star, will be established through divination. This is to know who he or she is and to establish his own chi, personal prohibitions. Like some people don't eat certain types of meat or food or do certain things. Any attempt result into sickness or other mishap. Then going down, this circumcision comes in. He was cherished purification. So in the process of the Omugo, on the 8th day of the birth of the baby boy, the circumcision takes place. The reason for the circumcision is to purify him, because it was just like I said, their foundation is based on purification. We cherish purification. It is foundational to their affairs, because it makes them closer to their gods and aids their prosperity. And so To meddle with one's mother is an act frowned at as an abomination. It is and then, having passed through his mother's canal and her nakedness exposed to him, he has committed that. To continue his life in state of purity, he is cleansed by circumcision performed on the 8th day of his birth, by removing the foreskin of his penis and the flow of blood that followed. To the girl's child, circumcision means a different approach for the same purpose. It is believed to reduce sexual desire to promote chastity. Because infidelity by the female counterparts is gravely frowned at by the Igbos. To prevent that promiscuity, female circumcision is meant to ensure marital fidelity. But at the moment, the practice seems dead in most Igbo communities for being adjudged harmful. Incorporation process, that is the naming ceremony, just like you incorporate companies. On the 28th day, the end of 7 native weeks of his journey into the planet Earth, his naming ceremony, his incorporation into the family, is the first official act since his birth. His mother stepped out of the house with her newborn baby when the sun is already up, exposing him to the great elements, the air, the sun, the water. Before then, a prayer is made with kola nuts to invite the Almighty, the great deities, surrounding good spirits with ancestors to partake in the ceremony with other invitees to be witnesses to the induction. The head of the family carries the baby. Today, he carries the baby, raises him up, says, "Today we are bringing our son into the fold as it has been from the old. Water is sprinkled up to touch him, raised skywards, prayers are made. A modern work tool or implement is made to touch his hand. In the old, it was hoes and matches. This is the induction to work industry. He is enjoined by the elder. Out of as your sweat you eat. Before we eat by the hoes and matches, but now it is the pen and computers. It takes to the tools of your generation and go to work, for that is how our people earn their living." His name is proclaimed. The elder admonishes him to listen to what his parents tells him. A piece of dry fish dipped in palm oil is touched on his lips, on the lip of the child. The baby licks it. What we eat, you eat. What we abhor, you abhor. We are what we eat. And metaphorically, this includes sticking to the commandments and not to commit the abominable acts. Your chief will protect you in your going out and your coming in. Because by Igbo belief system, Chi, the small God, is in everyone and in everything. Therefore, in that naming ceremony, the totality of what the young person will meet is summed up in that induction that took place. He's been initiated into the family. In the record, the book of record of the family, his name had been put there. Okay, so now we go forward to overcoming fear. Initiation into masquerade. Fear, like a disease, weakens. It is the greatest barrier to a man in his journey of life to self-actualization. And as potential head or leader, he is good in readiness for the duty. So at 12 years of age, the boy child is initiated into the masquerade cult. He is passed through a crucible of fearful events to drain out fear from him. He is meant to keep certain secrets he couldn't divulge to any unrestricted. Be it his loved ones or even his brother he shared male secrets with. The act of keeping secrets is inculcated at that point because in life in general and in business in particular, not everything is voiced out. Hence, at that point, he sleeps in the family worship, the family place of worship, and men's place to listen to heart thoughts and how they are navigated. For the girl child, he says in the book, the woman and the children's place to understudy her mother. Now we go to sharpening intellect. Sharpening intellect. Eloawo. It was believed that every man is endowed with chi, a spirit, God in him, and an emanation of Chukwu. Also, it is one's destiny, be it good or bad. Rituals to maintain or restore harmony reinforces one's life force. Iloawo is that spiritual ritual process to align or harmonize one's spiritual energies with forces distracting his creative spirit. It works to restore balance and the clarity when the forces within and outside are out of tune with reality, causing confusion, sense of disconnect, and a lock and